Hello, and thank you for tuning in to one of my final screencast-o-matics. Within this screencast-o-matic, I'll be talking about Campbell&Latimer, Gallagher, and Vinton, and a final showcase of these three authors and contrasting what their approach is to teaching. Campbell and Latimer talk in Reading Like a Writer that the students need to identify what they need to know. And as educators, we should help them identify those aspects of the text that we want them to pick apart, analyze, and understand. Campbell and Latimer also encourage the use of children's books, young adult novels, and graphic novels in order to introduce a larger text or a larger theme or idea. They also recommend quick writes related to the selected text. For example, if we are reading about To Kill a Mockingbird, then an appropriate prompt might be, what would you do in the face of injustice, for example? Another suggestion is to explore the title. I apologize for the airplane going overhead. In this chapter, Campbell and Latimer discuss picking apart the title, so you may look at the connotations, denotations of the words used, their meanings, and use that information to predict, infer about the text at hand. Lastly, they encourage reading aloud to model your thinking. As a teacher, they encourage for you to stand in front of the class, read, and pause in appropriate parts where you might stop and wonder something or want to analyze a word, anything that shows your metacognition. Moving on to Gallagher. Gallagher preaches that students must see the relevance of what they are reading, and a way to get the students excited about what they're reading and relate to it is to invite guest speakers or listen to music relative to the text. This is a fun and actively engaging way to get the students really excited about what they're reading. Another method is for the students to ask one question and write one comment about the text. This involves them to be more engaged with what they're reading. And finally, Gallagher recommends this prompt. It's simply, why did the author write this book? This allows the students to explore many ideas and talk about what they really felt most strongly about within the text. Last but not least, Vinton. In Vinton's text, Dynamic Teaching for Deeper Reading, she touches on a few words that she has created, elementitis and skillification. Elementitis is basically talking about how there's different elements of a text, and by teaching those specifics to the students, it really hinders them from enjoying the text and exploring the meaning on their own. Skillification, this is talking about the importance and overimportance that teachers are putting on acquiring those skills within the students of being able to pick apart a text according to certain elements. So Vinton really is criticizing the fact that teachers have this sort of formulaic approach to teaching where they start with background knowledge and vocabulary and then start the text, where in reality that doesn't have to necessarily happen every single time, because the students, they're a lot smarter than we think sometimes. They can grasp concepts that, maybe as teachers we want to instinctively spoon feed, but this author, Vinton, she explains that we want the students to be able to start synthesizing the whole text by themselves, instead of us teachers scaffolding and holding their hand the whole way through the book. And these are some ways that Vinton, Gallagher, and Campbell and Latimer are different. Thank you for watching.